Welcome to the Kayak Classic for 2021 once again. We've got a bit of a mixed bag of a forecast this year. 10 to 15 knots the first day. The swell seems to be alright, but we're just going to have to keep an eye on it in the morning. We're looking at going north up towards White Cliffs, that sort of area. And day 2 looks to be 20 knots plus and probably no tuna this year. We may have a little sneaky look in the evening on Saturday because it looks like it may drop a little bit. May be able to get out there. It's a beautiful day today. Look at it out there. It'd be perfect to go out for a tuna today. The competition's tomorrow. Oh well, it feels good to be back in New Plymouth. See you at the weigh-in. What's going on, Dad?
I'm having a beer.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers.
I think the feeling's pretty similar for everyone here. Gonna be fishable tomorrow. Can't say the same for Sunday. We'll have to see. Morning, everyone. We're on the road. It's 5:30 in the morning. We're heading up north, Taranaki. Yeah, we've got like 0.6 and 10 to 12 knot winds. It's just doable at 10 to 12 knots. It's a little bit offshore, so we can tuck into the cliff faces. I'm expected to get out, but we're going to have to see what we're looking at really before we launch, so it won't be until daybreak-ish. We've got a few guys behind us on the way. We're going to go meet our teammate there as well, Charlie. Sunday's still looking like a no-go for anywhere up the coast, so yeah, we might have a little bit of sleep in tomorrow. Hopefully we can pull out a few nice fish, get something away, and that's all really I'm too worried about. Not really expecting anything massive, but you've got to have a bait in order to win. That's what I'm going to be doing. Catch a fresh kahawai, cut that up, and a couple of fresh big baits out the back, and have a couple of ledges down for the bottom species like Gurnet and Trevally. So we'll see you there at the launch. We're at the beach now. Got a few waves there. We're gonna get wet, I think. Already a few guys having a go. They're having a bit of a struggle. We're hopefully just going to go for it and get out there. Rods are staying up on the way out. It's going to be a bit of a hassle to get them down without taking the reels off. So yeah, I'm going to turn the camera on. So you're going to see on the way out. We're going to see if we do it. I'm pretty confident that we'll go straight. It's not that massive. I've been in bigger, so yeah.
Seems to be better off down there. See this guy over here? These two?
Which guys?
You know how, remember the Naki guy that time he got in the shallow?
Yeah, I know. I asked him about that and he said it's too hard because it's pushing you sideways.
Yeah.
So see how they're all like going that way?
Yeah.
Ah, fuck, you're just gonna have to go for it.
Well, they had a couple of shots there a minute ago.
You can punch through that shit. But yeah, look, there's two guys out, 3 guys.
Down.
We have a winner up this end of the beach. Once I got out there, it was pretty difficult to actually hook fish. They didn't really turn up, even though the burley was in the water, but eventually this nice fish
got onto the bait. Unluckily, it was just a little snapper, and I was really looking for something probably more like 15 times the size of this thing. The next fish bit, and it was looking a lot better. It was pulling and actually putting up a bit of a scrap, and when I saw red, I was panicking to grab the net out because I knew it was a big gurnard. With these conditions, it really could be in the money. And in the net it goes. Pretty stoked. Holding this fish up, I actually didn't realise just how big this fish was. The next fish was just another little snapper, not anywhere near the size I want. Back he goes. Finally, another hookup. It took probably another 2 hours before I actually hooked another fish. This one was fighting like a kahawai. And here he is coming into the net right now. This fish was a nice big kahawai around the 2 kilo mark, which is perfect for an average weight. I was really hoping this fish would be a snapper, because if I could get 3 on the board, I'd be in a pretty good position going into Saturday evening. With John Dory on the cards, I could be up at 4. But as you can see, it was a kahawai. This thing went absolutely ballistic and went all over the place, jumped clean out of the water on about 5 separate occasions and continued to do so as I kept up the battle. Just as I'm sorting this kahawai out, a massive wave picks up right over the top of me, and you can see by how the horizon just disappears. It was probably over 1.5 meters, and there was chop on top of that. That was not fun. So with all of those fish caught, which is only 3 legal fish, the weather got so bad that all the guys on the radio decided that it was best if we headed back in. Well, it was time to prepare for battle with those big waves back on the beach. it. Pretty tough conditions. Got a gurney that might actually get somewhere. It's about 800 grams and Kayak is probably about 2-ish, 2.5 maybe. No snapper, they were all tiny little ones. Well, we're on the way back to New Plymouth now. That was an absolutely awful morning for conditions out there. We managed to get a few fish, got a gurney, got a Kayak. Gurney's a decent size. I'm happy that it's not a little pissy one like I normally get up here. So it's probably one of the bigger ones I've caught in the region. We're just going to go head back to the port where it's apparently pretty crap as well. We do have a dropping forecast though, so we've got rising swell, which doesn't matter that much when the wind drops, and it's meant to drop to about 6 knots this evening. So we may have to get the lights on and head out round the corner. I'm pretty happy with what I got.
Turtles.
Yeah, no turtles. Mate, there were some turtles there on the beach though. I got in, I timed it, I had a real big one come up behind me, and I stopped, waited, looked at the next one, and then I just went for it, and you got to really commit. And then I got a little wave, and then I was away, and then it almost tried to dump me on the beach as they normally do, and I dug the paddle and stopped it. And yeah, then one of the mates came up and grabbed the front, and I was all safe. Hopefully we'll get a JD in a little bit. We need to have a bite to eat. It's going to be a pretty shit day tomorrow too, so hopefully we might sneak out in the morning if it's not fucking terrible.
The John Dory Hunters.
Thankfully the weather looked pretty good, and I jumped into the port where there were actually a few waves breaking. The first hookup came pretty quickly, and a John Dory was soon on the way up with a big mackerel hiding in his mouth. As you can see, I always get the net out nice and quick. You don't want to lose a dory right at the boat when it's a pretty important one. This fish was only about 1.2 kilos, so it wasn't a prize winner, but it was great to start the afternoon. I like to store my mackerel in a burley pot that I have just sitting underneath the surface, and then go into it to grab out the fresh live baits. I then thread the hook through the nose, and it seems to do the trick for me because that hook can pull out and roll into the corner of the mouth nice and easily. That poor mackerel is going to have not a good day in a few minutes. The mackerel in Taranaki this year were off the charts. They were actually all over the place. It was really easy to catch live baits, and it's normally a problem. One thing I do notice is some of the dory don't have fully extended fins, and sometimes they can be broken off, but this one was in perfect condition with all of his fins intact. Beautiful. This one was going to be the biggest one of the lot, but still no prize winners. Really, in Taranaki, if you want to win, it's got to be over 2 kilos, and I just didn't find any this year. You can't complain with a nice big John Dory of about 1.5 kilos on a live bait. Look at that massive mouth. After about 6 hours of sitting inside the harbour, still going up and down in the swell, I thought it was time to head back to the beach, have some dinner, have a clean up, and then think about what the hell I was going to do tomorrow. There were plenty of turtles in Nongamutu Beach this year, and I was making sure I was going to be very careful when I came in. I did not want to become part of the club.
Good morning to all the turtlers out there from Saturday morning. It's Sunday, it's been pissing with rain overnight. The wind's meant to get up to 17 knots today. Swell's already up to about 2 meters. It's not coming right in the port, but yeah, that's a thing. We've got a triathlon happening, so it's blocked the whole road down the other end where you normally can get in. The beach is no good anyway, there's big swell coming in there, so we're gonna sneak down the back road here, jump into the port. There's no boats going out today. They've cancelled the game fishing comp, but our kayak comp's still going.
What are we doing? Hopefully it's alright in the harbour.
Sunday morning was a very, very tough day for weather. I had to sit in the harbour outside all of the swell coming in because the middle of it was just really screwed by the swell. There was a very strong northerly wind coming in there too, so it was quite unsafe. I thought it was best to cut my losses after about 4 hours soaking live baits.
John Dory
1.4.
05 1.9 7
Oh, nice. Oh, hello.
point
You're kidding me.
830.
Gurnard actually went a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. I was sort of thinking about 750, but yeah, we're on the leaderboard, which is good.
Snapper 2.7 2.825.
Here's the man.
Oh, teammate.
Pretty good.
Congrats. You're not going to be happy with me. 1.135.
Watch how big it goes.
No, I caught it on Friday, so I can't enter it. It's 2.2 kilos.
Would we say to that, Captain Doom?
Yeah, still happy.
Very good.
0.680. 7.175.
game. Right, well somehow we've made the board again for 3 years in a row. Managed to jump in to the Gurner section, second equal, but since we weighed it last, it would have been third place. So if I weighed it yesterday, 5 grams in it, probably would have been first, but I'm happy to be on the board in those conditions. It was really, really awful. Yeah, still a few good fish weighed in, but not as big as previous years. Usually the snapper's like over 10 kilos and usually kingies, and yeah, no tuna this year. I even put in a little mackerel, closest mackerel 20 centimetres, win something, right on 20. So we'll see if we get something for that as well.
After the $100 cash on blank. And the winner of this prize is Blair Whiting.
So, I'm perfectly happy. On your marks.
And we've always had the rule that the first one to weigh in gets the prize. So third place for the Gurnard, Blair Whiting, 0.83.
You can see it's getting to me now. I'm pretty much crashing on energy levels. We've been probably fishing, I probably did 16 hours in the last 2 days. Pretty terrible conditions for a classic, but we got out there, we got it done. Caught a few fish. In years gone by, I probably wouldn't have even bothered with that experience level, but doing 5 classics has really helped me do this over and over. You learn that you need to go out in some pretty, well, marginal conditions. Yeah, still safe. You're still going to be able to get back. If it's any higher than like 20 knots, obviously you're not going to bother. We took the mackerel. That was the plan while Johnny fishing. What do you say, Dad?
We got a rod
We did get a rod.
and $100.
And $100 for 6 hours travel and a lot of bloody hard work. But we've come here, seen everyone. It's a great bloody time. So if you're in New Zealand and are interested in an awesome kayak comp, definitely come to Taranaki. I'll see you again in 2022.